Hey guys, this is Mel and I am back with a new round of videos. First off is for The Flash for episode 201, The Man Who Saved Central City, which premiered Tuesday, October 6, 2015, and it's the first of the new season for CW shows to start off the new season basically. So, with that said, this video is definitely going to spoil anything that happened in the season 2 premiere. So if you haven't watched the episode already, I suggest you do that and then come back and watch this video. Otherwise, it's just not going to be no fun spoiling it for you guys. So it's really great if you watch it first and then come listen to what I have to say or what I noticed or what I think about the whole thing. So unlike last year, it took a bit getting used to figure out what I should say or what I shouldn't say or how long these videos should be. So I got a new system in place thanks to the summer videos I've been doing. So, and with that, I am going to try to recap or summarize or even talk about anything involving the premiere in 10 minutes. Hopefully I can do it, but let's see and let's get started quickly. And we'll go. So first off, what is something that we learned in this episode? Something new. Well, basically we learned that this new enemy called Zoom has a pretty heavy bounty on the Flash's head. And we first learned the name from the Atom Smasher metahuman today. So now there's a bigger mystery of who this Zoom character is. Comic book fans will know, but being as I'm not a comic book fan, have not read any of the comics at all, it'll be a great mystery to figure out who exactly Zoom is. Another thing that we learned is that the events of the premiere is actually 6 months after the wormhole first unleashed itself on Central City, which happened in the season 1 finale. So the last 6 months, Barry has basically been trying to save the city on his own after pushing the team away, whether that's saving the city from regular criminals, metahuman criminals, or rebuilding damaged buildings at night, which I thought was very cool of Barry to do. He's going to really exhaust himself, but it's still a pretty cool gesture. And another thing that we learned was the ending having the little brief introduction of Jay Garrick with a very big warning to them as he says that their world is in danger. So that's definitely gonna want me tuning in next week. So what was the most shocking moment of the episode? I have to say it's two things stick out the most for sure. First one would have to be Dr. Wells' confession to killing Nora in his living will video that he left for Barry, which I did like that he watched the video with Caitlin, but it was just something I never expected to happen at all. But it did answer the question of how Barry was going to get his father out of prison. So that was great to see, and it was surprising that he did it the way he did it. And what was also surprising was Ronnie's death. I was not expecting that at all. I thought that with him marrying Caitlin in the finale and him being back in Central City meant that we were going to see more of Ronnie, more of Firestorm being part of the Flash team. And yeah, nope, turns out he didn't even get to go on a honeymoon with Caitlin. He didn't even last an hour as Caitlin's husband before he died trying to save the city. Though I gotta say, the way Firestorm attempted that was pretty risky, that's for sure. Okay, so top 3 favorite moments of the episode. One of them has to be the reunion between Barry and his father. I thought that was long overdue, yet it was very sweet to see it, and I was glad to see it happening the way it did. I really like that. Another part that I thought was my favorite was Dr. Stein being incorporated in the Flash team this episode. He was definitely in the brood of it, not only naming the metahumans, but also helping them figure out what was going on and also helping them try to get Barry out of certain situations while he was in the field. So I thought that was great. Even his little banter with Cisco was pretty funny. And because Dr. Stein was there, it was great to see, even for that brief moment in the beginning where Flash and Firestorm would team up together. Although that bit in the beginning, I don't really know what that was. Was that a flashback before they were at odds with Dr. Wells? Was that an alternate dream of what everything could have been like if Wells wasn't this person that he turned out to be, or if Ronnie hadn't died, or like, I don't know. It's just that brief moment I did like the team up. Another favorite part was Cisco's creations in this episode, not only with the upgrade to the suit, the Flash suit, but also with his incorporating a little bit of the Batman influence with the whole using the light with the bat logo on top of the light and shining it to the sky as like the bat signal, but instead Cisco has managed to make it more for the Flash. So I thought that was pretty cool and a great Easter egg there for us. And I did like all the different flashbacks that we got. That's probably more than 3, but I just wanted to say that I did like the flashbacks, whether they were back to trying to fight off the wormhole destroying the city, or to when Barry was a little kid and he was still suffering from the death of his mom and the imprisonment of his father. So I thought that was pretty great. It definitely showed many different points in Barry's life that really, I guess they were called milestones, but like definitely major turning points for Barry. Now, what were the top 3 moments that weren't really my favorite? I guess my peeved moments would have to be Ronnie's death. Like I said, I was kind of hoping with him being married to Caitlin and him being back in town that meant he'd be on the team, helping with the Flash as Firestorm a lot more, or even just helping around Star Labs. But if he's dead, like, we can't have that, so that kind of bummed me out. Plus, it would have been great just to have Robbie Amell on the show. It would increase the chances of having him in a crossover moment where we'd get maybe Oliver Queen back, so that his cousin Stephen Amell could be on screen with him, because it was great to have that bit back in episode 122 for them. Another moment was kind of a downer, was Henry deciding to leave town. It's really a bummer, the fact that Barry finally gets his father released from prison, only to find out that his father's going to leave town, just so that he wouldn't hinder his abilities to being the best Flash he could be. So I thought that was kind of sad. And this one, the last one, I kind of understand why it happened, because you want to draw people in for the next episode, but like the cliffhanger with Jay Garrick being introduced right at the end, it's like I've waited this whole episode to get this intro, to finally get some answers of what's happened, and yet I gotta wait another week. So that's probably what bums me out. So now, what am I gonna remember the most about this episode? I think the most at this point that really stands out is Henry's release. There's still many unknowns happening, but I know if I go back on Tumblr and try to pinpoint timeline-wise, if I just look at the titles, what major thing happened in that moment, I'm probably going to think back to this one being Henry's release. That's the one that sticks out. It's probably be a different one, but usually I go by ships when I do those think back moments. So for now, it's the family reunion. Okay, so my random questions about the episode. Number 1, is Caitlin still at Mercury Labs, or is she coming back to Star Labs? Is anyone coming back to Star Labs, really? And what does Barry plan to do with Star Labs now? Is it just going to be... Because for some reason, Dr. Wells did leave it in Barry's name, but what is Barry going to do about that? Second question. What world was Cisco seeing during his vibe vision moment when the Atom Smasher first attacked during the Flash Day rally? I mean, we definitely saw him, Cisco, seeing the Atom Smasher in a different setting, but it was only for a split second. So I'm wondering which timeline he's seeing that from. And it's got to be very inconvenient for Cisco to have those at random moments while he's awake, and it's not just when he's asleep. So I hope we get to learn more about that. And third question, are we going to see more of Dr. Wells like we did in the Living Will video that he left for Barry? Or is that the last we see of Dr. Wells? Or of Tom Cavanaugh, really, as Dr. Wells? I hope not. He was great. He was a great character, whether he was good or bad. He was a great character. But it'd be a shame to see him go. But it was great to have the video, at least have that one last moment of his presence in the episode. And at least put some closure with Henry being in jail and all that. So, moving on. Predictions. While I have less than a minute, probably not going to make it. So, predictions. I predict we're going to learn more about Zoom and why he wants the Flash dead. And I believe we are going to learn more about Jay Garrick. And based off the CW promo for the next episode, Jay Garrick is the Flash in his world. And I really need a clarification for that when it's possible. Whether it's in the episode or if it's in the comments below, because I gotta know. I thought if Barry Allen was the Flash in his world, that means in every other world, Barry Allen is still the Flash. I don't know, maybe that's just a timeline thing, though. But let me know in the comments below if you have an answer, or if you could point me in the direction to where I could get a concrete answer. And last prediction, based on the Comic-Con spoilers, hang on, there goes my timer. So close. Okay, but based off the Comic-Con spoilers back in July, in episode 202, Barry is getting a cool new power. So it'd be very interesting to see what that power is, and if it is at all related to his speed. But that is all that I have to talk about it. So it was a great episode to start off the season. It definitely brought out more questions. A few of them were answered that we had previously, but it'll just be great to see what the new dynamics are, what the new struggles will be, what the new villains are going to bring at Barry, and maybe we'll see some old faces along the way. Because also we did see in that weird little Flash and Firestorm team up at the beginning, we did see Captain Cold and Heatwave again. So I don't even know if that was a flashback, if it was a different timeline thing, or if it was like a dream, or I have no clue. If you know, let me know in the comments below. But I thought it was just great having the familiar faces back in the beginning like that. So, until next week for episode 202, don't forget to leave a comment below about your own thoughts, observations, predictions about The Flash Season 2. And I'll get back to it, and I'll probably comment on it in the next video. And until then, also like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, to stay up to date on any updates that I do for my channel. And check out any of my other videos as you wait for next week to come for the next Flash video if you want. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow fans of The Flash. Love to spread the word through this video. Hope you guys can spread it to everywhere else. But also, if you want more information about the episode itself, or if you want to see GIFs, or if you want any spoilers all in one place of location, I've come to dedicate kind of my Tumblr page to being just that. Basically, all my reblogs are GIFs, and sometimes I'd post like new articles, spoiler articles I come across, to telling if the new characters are being introduced in certain episodes. I usually post the promo videos up on my Tumblr if they haven't been reblogged before. So anything related to The Flash, check out my Tumblr page. I'll have not only the link for the master tag list for the Arrow, The Flash, and the Legends of Tomorrow universe page, but I also have the specific episode 201 tag link for The Flash. So all that will be in the description box below. Don't forget to check it out if you want more of that. I'm definitely keeping as up to date as I can about that stuff, so don't be afraid to check it out. So until next time, guys, this is Mel wishing you all a fantastic day wherever you are. And if you're an Arrow fan, check back in a day or two, because I'll be returning with a video for that as well. So until then, or until next week, bye bye for now, everyone.